Do you know that? God doesn't just care about what you do. He cares about why you do it. Because God looks at the heart. Man looks at the outward appearance. God looks at the heart. God doesn't just care about what you do. He cares about why you do it. He doesn't just care if you fast. He cares about why you fast. He doesn't just care about if you give. He cares about why you give. He doesn't just care about if you preach or minister or share your faith or pray. He cares about why you do it. So he says when you pray, don't do it. Don't think that you have to put on a show. He said, but when you pray, Jesus is giving us clear instructions on prayer here. When you pray, go into your room and shut your door. In other words, this is personal devotion he's talking about. There's a huge place for corporate prayer. The Bible talks a lot about praying together, the importance of corporate prayer. So Jesus is not saying don't do prayer meetings, but he's getting to the heart of personal devotion. The heart of it, of personal devotion, of our private life with God, our private relationship and communion with God. So he says, go into your room and shut your door. Pray to your Father in the secret place. Your Father who sees, if you're doing it before God, if you're believing that God is, he rewards those who diligently seek him. You're believing that you're doing that. He knows all things. He sees. Your Father who sees in secret will reward you openly. So Jesus emphasized the importance of our private prayer life, of our devotion, of our private devotion. And we can see this pattern throughout Scripture of people who put this into practice. You can think about some of the people throughout the Bible who demonstrated, who modeled what this looked like. For instance, Moses. Moses had a secret place. He called it the tent of meeting. It's where he would go to meet with God. It was the tabernacle of meeting or a tent of meeting, depending on what translation you have. And it was a place where he would go and God would come to him and they would commune and they would talk face to face. And it was a place of intercession, a place of prayer, a place of intimacy with the Lord. And he would go regularly. He would go to the tent of meeting and have fellowship with God. On a regular basis, Moses had a secret place. Daniel, think about other people in the Bible. Think about Daniel. Daniel had a secret place. Daniel had a secret place. In Daniel chapter 6, when the people that were jealous of Daniel were trying to get rid of him, and they came up with this, decree for the king to sign. Anyone who prays to any god except you should be thrown in the lion's den, because they knew Daniel's practice, and they knew he was a person of prayer. And so it said that when they signed that decree, the king signed it. Daniel, he went to his room and he prayed. But it said, as was his custom from of old. So this was his practice. 3 times a day. 3 times a day, he would kneel before God. He would give thanks. He would give praise. He would intercede. He would pray. Daniel had a secret place. We could go through all these other people in the Bible who emphasized the place of personal communion with God. Personal relationship with God. Personal fellowship, the secret place. I was thinking about, just in worship, this kind of came back to me. I hadn't thought about this in a little while, but a couple years ago, I did a message on this theme, and I talked about your personal tent of meeting. Your personal tent of meeting, and I shared a prophetic word that Kate Newcomer had received during a prayer meeting related to how the secret place actually relates to revival. Because she was praying and asking the Lord, what does it take to see your glory cover the earth? Because there's the scriptures that say your glory, will cover the earth as the waters. And the Lord spoke to her, I need my people in their tents. I need my people in their tents. And there's a whole more to that. But the main gist of it was as the individual believers were prioritizing the place of intimacy with God themselves personally, as each believer prioritized the place of prayer, as each believer prioritized the place of intimacy, the secret place, that's how God's glory begins to come on the earth as the water covers the sea. we're looking for something like the big event, right? And we think God's glory comes when we do a stadium event or when we do a massive thing, right? And that can be part of the equation. God can use those kind of things. But what about the everyday secret place? What about the everyday secret place? I believe that that's really where the rubber meets the road, is our daily fellowship with God, our daily devotion.